What does Tanjiro's black sword mean in Demonslayer? We were introduced to demons at the start of the series, who promptly massacred Tanjiro's family and converted his sister into one. It looked nearly impossible to destroy a demon, given their considerably enhanced strength and rapid regeneration abilities. That is, until Tanjiro joined the Demon Slayer Corps and received his own special demon-killing sword. With everything in place, our protagonist is on his journey to seek retribution and discover a cure for his sister. But first, let's take a look at his brand new sword. Not only was Tanjiro's sister demonized, but he also received a death sword. Although it is said that black sword users like Tanjiro die young, it is unusual for this to happen to the protagonist. Save for a little period when he died. There will be no more spoilers. Let's come back to discussing the enigmatic weapon. Is there a distinguishing trait that distinguishes it from the other blades? What is the symbolism behind it? After all, our Tanjiro's weapon couldn't just be any old weapon anymore, can it? Nichiren swords, also known as Nichiren blades or demon-slaying blades, are created from a peculiar mineral that constantly absorbs sunlight in Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba. The Demon Slayer Corps uses the swords to slay demons because of their unique property. Hotaru, a swordsmith, appeared at Urokodaki's residence after Tanjiro passed the final selection and joined the Corps to gift Tanjiro his very own Nichiren blade. Due to his burgundy-tinged hair and eyes, both Tanjiro's master Urokodaki and Hotaru expected the sword to take on the color red, and even deemed the color to be a stroke of good luck. The blade, however, turned pitch black after Tanjiro wielded it, which was paradoxically thought to bring bad luck to its user. It is supposed that those who wield a black Nichiren blade will not travel far and, like their forefathers, will die early. While the exact cause of Tanjiro's sword turning black is unknown, there are various speculations and hypotheses that have been pieced together from the information we have. Zenitsu's sword has a solid yellow ribbon running the length of it, which corresponds to his thunder breath technique. Inosuke, on the other hand, uses the beast's breath, and as a result, his sword turns indigo gray. Taking all of this into account, we may deduce that the sword's hue is influenced by the user's breathing technique. Since Tanjiro employs the extremely uncommon dance of the fire god, i.e., the sun-breathing style, which is the source of all other styles, it makes sense for his blade to be black. It is said that once a Nichiren sword has taken on a hue, it will never change. Tanjiro's blade, on the other hand, managed to acquire a momentary red hue. The Nichiren swords are also known as color-changing swords, due to the fact that when first wielded, these weapons take on a particular hue based on their owner's characteristics. Giyu Tomioka, the Demon Slayer Corps' pillar of water, for example, wields a blue blade. Blue is a wonderful color for his sword because of his use of the water breath technique and his fluid and tranquil attitude. Mitsuri Kenroji, in contrast to Giyu, wields a pink Nichiren blade, which perfectly reflects her breath of love style and emotive and passionate attitude. Tanjiro Kamado, our main character, holds a black Nichiren blade, which, like every other protagonist's weapon, is truly unique. Black Nichiren swords are extremely rare, and as a result, the significance behind them is virtually unknown. Keeping with the series' tragic theme, the only information available about the black sword is an omen stating that the wielders of this blade always die young. Is this a foreshadowing of Tanjiro's demise? Manga readers undoubtedly believe so. Tanjiro, like other users, died young, even if it was only for a short time. Only the creator knows whether this was a foreshadowing or a pure coincidence. When a Nichiren sword is wielded, it takes on the color that best reflects its user's characteristics and remains that color indefinitely. However, in later chapters of the manga, we see some swords take on a crimson color on top of their original. Nichiren swords, in principle, can only change their color once. They only change color the first time they are wielded by the owner. Demon Slayer swords, on the other hand, have the ability to change color temporarily under certain conditions. The exposure to extreme heat that raises the temperature causes Nichiren swords to turn scarlet red. These swords can prevent demons from regenerating and, in some situations, burn them to the cellular level. However, only a few characters, such as Tomioka and Sanemi, have seen their swords change colors. When Sanemi slammed his sword against Giyu's during the struggle against Muzan, both of their blade colors turned crimson for a brief moment. Jiyu's Demonslayer mark, which allowed him to boost his body's temperature and, in turn, that of his blade, is thought to be the reason their swords glowed red. When Tanjiro employed his sun-breathing method against Muzan, his black Nichiren blade turned crimson, giving him the power to thwart the Demon King's accelerated regeneration. Why Tanjiro's blade became red is a difficult subject to answer because the answer was never mentioned in the manga. I do, however, have one prominent idea and an alternate explanation for the phenomenon. One reason for the sword's color change could be that swords turn red when exposed to high temperatures, which is a well-known and scientifically documented phenomena. Another element that may have contributed to Tanjiro's blade turning crimson is his Demonslayer mark. These marks are thought to allow users to dye their blades crimson, giving them the similar abilities of slowing demon regeneration.